1000 only. Every episode I kill 1000 monsters and perform 1000 skilling actions to upgrade my gear, stats and wealth. But here comes the best part. You, the viewer, will shape the future of the series. By releasing a poll after each episode, I give you the power to vote on what task I will set myself next. For a full list of the rules and restrictions, check out the description of the video. Are you ready? Let's begin. Welcome my friends! My name is Vannaka and I am incredibly excited to present to you 1000 only episode 24 Achievement Diaries Against Time. Of course this is something different than 1000 kills, but you've all been asking for this for such a long time already and I can tell you that it won't disappoint. I've streamed the entire journey live on Twitch and it was an amazing experience. Only 2 times before I did a 1000 minutes challenge. In episode 7 we trained our skills for 1000 minutes. For every single skill I had a task of 1000 activities. And in episode 18 we did the same for completing quests. I set myself the goal to achieve Barrow's Gloves within 1k minutes. But what we are doing this time, Achievement Diaries, is a combination of skilling and questing. So in this episode I have 1000 minutes to train any skill of choice or complete whatever quest I want so I can complete my favorite Achievement Diaries, and that is awesome. So the big question in this video is going to be, what will be our priority? Achievement Diaries very often offer amazing rewards and benefits, but in 1000 minutes we can never do them all. So that is why before I started, I created a list of specific diaries I want to complete in order, in terms of what will be the most valuable to our account and future content. Here is a quick overview of what I mean. First of all, I want to focus on the Mauritania easy, medium and hard diaries because this is going to be an absolute game changer for us. We will receive the Bone Crusher to keep track of our kills and we never have to pick up regular bones again. Next to this, I will receive 50% more runes when playing Barrows and an unlimited free teleport to Burg the Rod, which is going to make Barrows so much more efficient. And that is just one example of how useful diary rewards can be. And of course I can discuss them all while showing this overview, but I will tell you guys everything you need to know further in the video. The 1000 minute timer will start counting as soon as I start questing or doing a skill. But before this though, I can take my time to prepare my bank and buy all the items I need. Now we are going to lose a lot of money today, but only for the greater good of course. I need to buy Dragon Bones for training prayer, hundreds of teleports because I have to be traveling all over RuneScape, items such as a Gout Tuber for the Gramja Diaries, and more. So once I bought everything, it was finally time to start the grind. Like I said, the first goal was to go for the Mauritania Hard Diaries. And for this, I need to unlock the Piety Prayer, so the first thing I did was train prayer to level 70 at the Wilderness Altar. This is not cheap, but much better than a regular altar if you don't get PK'd too often at least. Now I got killed a couple of times, but in the end I saved much more money than I would have saved on using Dragon Bones on a normal gilded altar. So what I do with this method is I bring Dragon Bones and a Burning Amulet, and every time I run out of bones I spam click the Wine of Zamorak inside the altar to get myself killed so I can spawn in Lumbridge again and repeat the process. So I finally got 70 prayer and it took me a little bit over 2 hours to get this done. And next on the list was 55 mining because I needed to mine mithril ore for the diary. But instead of going for 55, I went for 53 instead because there's an item on the market called Dwarven Stout M, which boosts mining by 2 levels. After mining, I had all these skill requirements for the Mauritania Diaries done, but I still had to do some questing. First I completed the Great Brain Robbery, because this quest gives access to a farming patch on Harmony Island. And also I gotta say, the boss was quite easy. And then I used my friend Mazzoni, his house, to switch spellbooks. Beautiful house by the way. And the second quest I completed was a very annoying one but important, Darkness of Hallowville. Now luckily thanks to the RuneLite plugin and the Rune Wiki I was able to complete this quest fairly quick. I got some experience tomes and I used them all on Slayer, and that is what is so interesting about this video. All the diaries will give me XP lamps as well, so this is a great way for us to boost our Slayer level, which doesn't happen too often. I mean, Slayer experience is quite rare on this account. Okay, so if you think about it, we started at 16 hours and 40 minutes and now we only have 12 hours and 40 minutes left. So we spent 4 hours on literally no single diary yet. But of course this is all for a reason, because we're getting close to the Hard Mauritania Diaries. So I did the mini quest after King's Ransom to unlock the Piety Prayer, and this means we can finally do the diary now. And of course we have also Piety unlocked, which is super sick. I also purchased the Preserve Prayer on the GE so I can hold my boosts a little longer, which can be useful in the future. So I rushed through all the tasks and completed the easy, medium and hard diaries. The thing is that the diary tasks themselves don't take that long, but getting to that point is the part that takes long. Now I used all the lamps on Slayer like I said and got level 66, so that means that now we can kill wyverns on Fossil Island. And we also have the Mauritania Lax 3 now, which will help us during our Barrows adventures, and we can claim a Bone Crusher as well. So the second diary on the list is Ardy, and before I was able to do this diary up to medium, I had to complete 4 quests. First, the Hand in the Sand, then Sea Slug, third, the Tower of Life, and last, an Enlightened Journey. This last quest is quite annoying to be honest, but once you get the hang of it, it becomes a bit more enjoyable. So with about 10 hours left on the clock, I started the Ardy easy and medium grind, and it took me about 15 minutes to complete them both. I am very happy that we have this cloak now because it provides unlimited teleports to the Ardy Monastery, and this may come in very handy in the future. My main goals for this episode were to complete Mauritania Hard and the Ardy Medium Diary. Now we have this achieved, but we still have 9 more hours on the clock. The rest of the diaries I will not discuss one by one, but from now on I'm going to speed up the progress on the background and talk about the rewards in general. So before I started this grind, I only had one diary completed, being the Tanderian Easy Diary. I did this in episode 11 to prepare myself for efficient Mark of Grace collecting during my 1000 only rooftops episode. In today's video, I managed to complete 11 easy diaries, 9 medium diaries, and 1 hard diary. Each easy diary gives a 2.5k XP lamp except for Karamja, which only gives 1k. That means from easy lamps we received 26k Slayer XP. Medium diaries all give 7.5k XP except for Karamja, which gives 5k. So that means we got 72.5k Slayer XP from all the medium diaries. And we completed 1 hard diary, the Mauritania one, and this is a 15k XP lamp. So all the lamps together make 113.5k Slayer XP. In addition to this, we also completed several quests that gave us experience of choice, which was around 11k, making the total Slayer experience achieved 125k. We are now level 67 Slayer with only 17k until 68, so that means we're getting closer to Monkey Madness 2, which requires 69 Slayer. In terms of the diary equipment, we got the following items: Mauritania Lax 3, Lumberich and Draenor Ring 2, Ardy Cloak 2, Fremenic Boots 2, Varrock Armor 2, Tanderian Headgear 2, Courant Blessing 2, Karamja Gloves 2, Desert Amulet 2, Thaddeler Shield 1, Western Banner 1, and Wilderness Sword 1. If you pause the video, you can take a longer look at this overview to see all the things we have unlocked with these upgrades. Okay then, so here you can see the final clip of me doing the last task before the timer ended. I checked the health of my banana tree and completed the Karamja medium diaries to claim my final reward. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to complete the Thaddeler medium diary in time because I still had to complete the quest Recruitment Drive, which I didn't have the time for. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The achievement diary grind is over, and of course we don't have too much to price check here, but I did receive an easy clue scroll during my skilling grind though, so let's open it and see what we will get. Honestly guys, I remember the days where Zamorak pages were like 1 mil each, but oh well. I guess 38k is better than nothing, I suppose. So now that our main objective has been completed, it is time to move on to the next part, which is the skills. In the previous episode we did Tears of Gothics and we got fire making experience, which means this will be the skill we're gonna do in this episode. Now I can safely say that almost everyone had the same idea, Winter Thought. Now I can see why, because firemaking doesn't offer too many options. I mean, maybe Shades of Morton or repairing lamps in the Dorgish Khan city, but that's it. So almost every one of you asked for 1000 Winter Thought KC. And I'm gonna be honest, this made me laugh a little bit when I saw this, because you were asking me to train firemaking for the entire month. I mean, that is simply too much. I cannot do that, and even 1000 minutes of Winter Thought would have been way too much for this week's upload. So that is why I've done the following. Burn 1000 logs in Winter Thought, and I think this was the perfect way to do it, because it only took me like 5 hours and it was pretty AFK as well. So right now I'm gonna explain you how I did this exactly. To make sure I wouldn't make any mistakes, I decided to bring a knife and 7 wines each round. I would chop 20 logs per Winter Thought kill and fletch them into kindlings. I burnt these kindlings in the fire to train my firemaking and to get my Winter Thought kill count. So this means that with 20 logs per kill count, I needed 50 Wintertodt kills in order to reach my goal, because 50 times 20 is 1000. I already did 1kc during my diary grind, so the final number to finish my goal was 51 Wintertodt kills. So after completing this goal in about 5 hours, like I said, I managed to get level 69 firemaking in the end. And of course, I still had 50 supply crates in the bank, so let's open these quickly. Well, I gotta say, I was expecting at least one piece of the Pyromancer outfit, but unfortunately this was not the case. We did make some money though, we got 446k in total, so at least we've made some money during this episode. So now that we are done with the skills, it is time to play Tears of Gothics again to see what we are going to do in the next episode. This time we receive Construction XP, and that is going to be a very interesting one, my friends. Now feel free to share your ideas for 1000 construction activities in the comments so I can pick one of your suggestions and do this in the next video. So now it's time to see our summary of all the stats we have trained in this episode. We trained our defense to 71, prayer to 70, construction to 53, crafting to 53, fletching to 54, slayer to 67, mining to 55, smithing to 53, firemaking to 69, woodcutting to 53, farming to 70, and our combat level is now 94. And after everything we've done today, we've now come to another very interesting part of the video, which is the next poll. So as you all know, every 5th episode I focus on training Slayer. So this means episode 5, 10, 15, 20, and now it's time for episode 25, we're gonna focus on Slayer again. This episode we do have somewhat of a problem though for choosing a Slayer master. We have done all the interesting ones already, except Duradel and Cristilia, but for Duradel we need 100 combat, so the only one that's left is Cristilia, the Wilderness Master. So, now that I've decided that this is going to be the next episode, then what can you vote for? Well, I think this is a good opportunity to give you a vote on what I should spend my money on. I honestly believe that I haven't done this one single time since I started the series, and I think you would love to choose your favorite upgrade. So in today's poll I'm going to ask you, what should I spend my money on? 1. Add it to the construction skilling task to upgrade our house even more. 2. Invest in elite clue requirements, for example 70 herblore and 70 smithing. Or 3. Buy a gear upgrade, for example high level barrow setup so we can do barrows in the future. If you want to vote, then simply click on the link in the description or comments and pick your favorite option. It only takes like 10 seconds. And also please consider subscribing to the channel to never miss a video in the future. Alright my friends. As you may know, I recently announced that my internship would start today, the 1st of February, which means I can't play old school RuneScape as much as before. But only a couple of days ago I received a mail stating that the internship I signed up for got rejected by the examination committee. This is a problem because it means that I currently don't have a company to work at and I don't know what the consequences are going to be, but I will keep you all informed on this matter. But now I have come to an end of this video. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, bye bye.